I'm standing in the field where OSU students came to celebrate CAFROI every year. But with the recent rule changes, this field will no longer be used for drinking, beer showers, and certainly no tailgating. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are fresh off a 38-35 win over the 6th-ranked Texas Longhorns. The biggest question facing the team was how would they respond against the Baylor Bears? The Cowboy wrestling team is one of the best in the nation this season. They're sitting at 14-0 and have shut out their opponents twice this year. And they have one goal in mind, and that is to add another national championship to their collection. But overall, the positive takeaway from the season is all the young talent on this team that will transfer over to next year. There are no seniors on this team, none at all. Greek members spend around 2,500 hours a week pumping between both the fraternity and the sorority to create a string just like this one. And now, 1-6. That is the Cowboys' record since they dismissed 3 players last month. Their past 2 games have been heartbreaking. Right behind me, O'Brate Stadium is being built. The new baseball stadium is set to open in 2020 and costs nearly $60 million. OSU Polo is stocked full of veterans, but there's one member who's younger than all the rest, and it's not a player. Meet Amelia, an 8-year-old thoroughbred and the team's newest addition. The team found Amelia last year at a feedlot. Most horses who don't get sold off to a rescue end up being taken for slaughter. Fortunately for Amelia, she wasn't most horses.
She's the first one here that we've rescued from a kill lot. Most of our horses are generally donated.
Amelia came to the team with no polo experience and little interaction with humans, but current president Tess Sabatini took the responsibility of being her trainer. Not every horse is fit to play polo. It may take up to a year to master. But Amelia showed enough promise for them to give her a chance.
We saw that she was really easy to handle, she was calmer, she wasn't afraid of a lot of the things that were going around in the background, so we brought her back.
Now, Amelia is one of the team's biggest assets. She's still the youngest horse of the bunch, but she's now on the starting string of the women's varsity team. She even played in professional tournaments this past summer.
She's so cute. I'm so proud of her. She's come a long way from where we originally got her. Her attitude and willingness to do everything has allowed us to do everything that we have done. So that is kind of what makes me the most proud of her.
After a year of bonding, Tess is now Amelia's official owner. She bought her from a former member for $1 on December of 2017. Now, Amelia is not only her teammate, but family.
It's just like the way you think of a dog is like she's your little baby and she's kind of part of the family now. You kind of build that bond and then they become part of your family and hard to let go.
For Orange Nation Sports, I'm Austin Paul. They are the heart of walk-around, the house decks. The tradition began when the Greek community decorated their houses with ribbons or banners nearly 80 years ago. Fast forward to today, and the tradition has only grown. But this growth doesn't happen overnight.
So pairings are made official in early February, and then immediately after that, directors will spend about 20 to 30 hours a week designing the deck and planning out the fall semester.
The fraternity and sorority have a budget of $13,000 total. Some of that money goes towards the most important aspect of the deck, pumping.
Pumping is essential to the deck because when it's done well, the message of the deck is better portrayed to alumni and community members in a way that no other school can. The bright and colorful pomp is what makes OSU's homecoming the greatest in the nation.
A lot of pomp is used to create just one screen, and the total amount of tissue paper used on the entire deck might surprise some people.
This year we are actually triple pomping, which means we place 3 pieces of pomp on top of each other in a star pattern, which means that we use about 3.75 million pieces of pomp, which will come out to roughly 1.25 million squares on the chicken wire.
It is all for the annual homecoming walk-around where fraternities and sororities can finally display their decks. Roughly 70,000 people walk all over campus to admire the homecoming decks the Greek community makes. Greek members spend around 2,500 hours a week pumping between both fraternity and the sorority to create a string just like this one. After the deck is complete and homecoming is here, the feeling Greek members have is unlike anything else.
It's a feeling of being more than just in the sorority that I'm in and being proud of that, and more of the fraternity that we're paired with. It's a feeling of an OSU legacy that will continue to live on. OSU's tradition of homecoming is the brightest and best in the nation.
For O State TV, I'm Austin Paul. This is what students will not be seen at this year's CAFRI. Here is the new set of rules for CAFRI 2019. Some of them include no parties larger than 10 people, no sound systems, no pets, and so on. CAFRI's GM and the field's property owners developed these rules to cut down on certain issues.
To come up with a set of rules to avoid anybody from getting injured, property to getting destroyed. There was a lot of people taken to the hospital from that property on the corner. There was a lot of vehicles that had their windshields busted out. Their cars were very severely damaged.
Although these rules will provide a safer environment, students are not happy with the changes.
The spring semester is pretty dull. Not a lot to look forward to, and CAFRI is kind of light at the end of the tunnel. Right before finals week, everyone can go out and just have fun with their friends, enjoy some good music. And now we just don't have that anymore.
I'm standing in the field where OSU students came to celebrate CAFRI every year. But with the recent rule changes, this field will no longer be used for drinking, beer showers, and certainly no tailgating. Although they are taking the live church field away for tailgaters, CAFRI is allowing areas for people to camp out at the Tumbleweed.
Most of the things we do are to stem drunk driving and not having people leave. If they're staying here and they're camping, then nobody's out on the road.
But for students not camping at CAFRI, that might cause some problems.
I think a lot of people are still going to tailgate, just not necessarily as close to Tumbleweed, and I think that's going to cause a lot more drinking and driving and put a lot of students in danger.
Although that might be the case, the Tumbleweed offers a free shuttle service to and from town. All these rule changes are for one reason.
All those things are safety concerns, and we want people to get out here safe and get home safe.
For O State TV, I'm Austin Paul.